So we have a multicolor tattoo here. We're going to be leaving the name, and we see this frequently that people want to have part of a tattoo removed, or they want to have some correction done. And this tattoo has been treated once so far, and you see there's multiple colors in there. So we have 3 different laser systems that we use for the different colors, and we had an ice pack on there chilling it, because icing it, the skin makes it a little numb and makes it more tolerable. And then we have the Zimmer chiller, which is actually blowing out freezing cold air, and we apply that to reduce the sensation of heat from the laser system. And you can see Heidi's doing this properly. She's got the prongs at just above the skin level. It's important to keep the laser at the correct distance because the laser beam is focused at just below where the tripod is. So if you're further away, you'll just lose power. Now, the system we're using is the Astanza duality. And the Astanza duality does not use die-pack handpieces. And the problem with die-pack handpieces is that you lose power. And initially that's not an issue, but as you come back for more and more treatments, the ink is deeper in the skin and you need more power to be able to penetrate. And again, we have a tattoo now where we're just going to be treating with several different lasers. We're going to be leaving the name and just be treating the design above that she's decided to remove. We're going to use the Zimmer chiller to continue to chill the skin. Now Heidi's going to use a test spot to make sure how it's tolerating and responding.
Good.
Okay. And we're looking to get as a good, we call frosting. Frosting is basically the injury to the epidermis, and it shows us that the laser is the correct power and color wavelength. Oftentimes when we have one tattoo close to another that we want to keep, we use something to block the laser so as not to cause damage to the tattoo that's desired to remain. And you hear the snapping sound. And that's what we want to hear.
Good.
Sometimes it's difficult to tell actually what color is there because the tattoo artist will oftentimes mix multiple different colors together. So sometimes we have to treat with a 1064 or a 532 or the 694, and it'll reveal then other colors that remain behind. And then we have to treat those colors. When we're using the lasers, we have to use the sort of the opposite color. Like if you use a green laser on a green tattoo, it's just going to reflect the light. So it's oftentimes a matter of just trying to figure out what color is actually there in terms of which laser to use. And then it's through experience that we know, what power settings to use based on how much ink is there, what color skin. When someone has a lighter skin color, such as this patient, you can use more energy. The concern is we don't want to remove the patient's own skin pigment. Now we're going to be treating the green ink with the red ruby laser. And you can see, it definitely gives a nice response. You get an instant frosting of the skin. So we're going to use the ruby to hit the greenish areas of this tattoo. So we're going to use the 1064, the 532, and the 694 lasers to treat all the different colors involved in these tattoos. And as time goes on, we treat them. More colors will be revealed, probably. And we'll use the appropriate laser to treat them as well. So what we're actually trying to do is have the laser energy absorbed by the pigment that differentially heats the pigment particle and then fractures it into small pieces. Once it's broken into small pieces, then your white blood cells can come along and gobble it up and remove it. About the yellow is that once we treat the black with enough 1064, if you leave just the yellow, you won't even notice it. Now we're using 532 to treat the yellow ink. Yellow can actually be a very difficult color to treat. We're trying to keep ice packs on the tattoo or the Zimmer chiller going to keep the skin cold. That helps with the pain by numbing the skin with cold, and it also helps reduce thermal injury. So now we're going to go with 1064 on the outline. Of the Tweety bird.
Here we go.
And again, you can see we keep the laser at the proper distance so we have the proper focal plane. And Heidi's going to go over the entire outline once. And once she's finished, then we kind of reassess for any areas that were possibly missed. And do a little touch-up in areas that were missed. We're getting a good snap and a good frosting. And that's Tweety bird. We've treated it once and she was elsewhere, had it treated. And you can see here the way the tattoo artists work. You can see where he paused with the tattoo gun and there was more ink applied. So that's why like this long line faded faster, then he paused, put more ink in, and then he kept going. So we can kind of reconstruct the way the tattoo was done. So we're going to start with 1064 here to see what kind of response. If that doesn't respond well, then we'll go to 694 and use the ruby laser.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Good response, okay? So we're just gonna go. First one done. Second one done. Third one. Okay, all done. I'm just going to go over it one more time.
Okay, we're just going to repeat and then make sure we haven't missed any spots. And notice she goes over the whole area, and part of that is to try and make sure that if we get any depigmentation occurring, you're not left with a white outline of the tattoo.
Good job.
All right, that was a good response. So this is now the 5th time we're treating this. So you see we have black, we're going to use 1064, and then on the cherry part we're going to use 532. And we're going to take the A, and are we going into there or not?
Yeah, all the initials.
So that initial too.
So yeah, cherry, J, A, and S.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing great, Julie. Really, really quick. That was it.